Yeah. So you are ready?
It's your girl.
It's record. Joy?
No, money has not impacted me. I was rich, I'm still.
Contrary to Joy and Ray, for me, I had already started paying my bills. I was staying alone, so this was just a continuation. It was just, yes, a continuation.
Started talking to people, started looking around and realized,
like,
oh wait,
no,
we can get a cheaper place, and we don't
every weekend.
I know.
Our house was apart.
As in, it's a call for you to make whether you want to go to church or not. I have a question. So, what made you stay for more than the 2 years?
Honestly, I think it's just the hunger for
now the lines are quite fine.
clear.
They're quite
Hi
fine.
guys, how are you doing? Your girl Beth Awino here, back with another video, and today we are having a very interesting video, and it's all about 5 years experience in Doha. Are you ready for this? Stay tuned. And I have guests. Guys, I have beautiful ladies on my channel. On my left we have...
Hi guys, my name is Ray, and we are happy to be back.
And on my right we have...
My name is Joy. Happy to be back too.
They were on this channel 1 year ago. We did one video up here for you to catch up with. On to today's video guys, we are talking about our 5 years experience in Doha. It has been 5 years. Did you imagine you'll be 5 years you'll be still in Doha?
Not at all, not in a million years. I was to be here for 2 years, then go back home.
Joy?
Me neither. There was no plan to stay in Doha for 5 years, definitely. I thought I would be somewhere else, not in Doha.
Me, I was for 2 years. 5 years later, I'm still here with no plan of leaving. Okay.
I think it's something that happens when you come to Doha.
I think not in Doha. I think maybe when you go away from home. I don't think it's only in Doha.
I don't know.
Maybe. We don't know. We only have one experience, so we can't talk about other experiences. So, we are
I
going.
have a question. So, what made you stay for more than the 2 years?
Honestly, I think it's just the hunger for money. Money that is never enough.
Joy?
For me, I think time just flew by. I didn't realize 5 years have gone. I think by the time it was 3 years, that's when I really began to realize that I've been in Doha a long time, longer than I thought I would be. And I also realized I would be here longer than the 3 years, 4 years that I was counting maybe would be the end of it. So it's just a matter of time, and probably the goals that I wanted to have met then hadn't been met. So I needed to stay longer to make sure that I did it. Yeah, it's a combination of many factors, but mostly lack of awareness of time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I think
Camera, please.
time flew by as well. Number two, money was not enough. I needed more. I needed more.
And do you have enough money 5 years later? Do you have enough money?
Still not
Are we ready
enough.
to
I
leave
don't
now?
think it's ever gonna get enough.
No, it's not enough yet. At
Never
some
gonna be
point,
enough.
probably at some point, it's going to be enough for you to go back or to move on to the next phase of your life. But for now, it's not enough to completely say, yeah, this is good enough to move on.
I know. You only want more.
One more.
It's human nature anyway.
Yeah. So we are going to start with how did we end up in this country?
Country that we never knew existed.
Yes. So Regina, please. I think we have similar experiences. We went through the same process. So in summary, Regina, yes.
How we ended up in Doha. We all looking for jobs, and we found there was an opportunity in Doha, and we all met in the same interview, and we interviewed for the job in the same company, and we all got the job, and that's how we ended up here.
For me, I ended up in Doha by sheer coincidence, actually. I wasn't looking for a job outside of Doha. the opportunity was presented to my sister, but she was still in university at the time. So she asked me if I was interested. I actually said, yeah, I'm interested. But I did not send in the application. She probably doesn't know this. And I lied to her that I had sent the application. She followed up with me later and she sent me the email again. And the second time, that's when I forwarded my CV and everything. I got a call for the interview. Up until the very last day, I wasn't intending on attending the interview.
Wow.
A friend of mine actually made me do it. At night, after we were done with work, she made me go to the streets. For those hauls you do in the streets. We had to buy my outfit for the interview the night before.
We call it in Nama Mall.
Yes,
in
in
Kenya.
Nama Mall. So we had to do it the night before the interview, and she had to go back to work and lie for me so that I could attend the interview. So it was quite coincidental that I ended up in Doha. It wasn't intentional, but here we are.
Now that you mentioned coincidence, I think for me too it was a coincidence because I never applied for this particular job actually. I know I was in a lookout for a job, but not this specific job.
Wow.
And not even in Doha. Like I never in a million years did I think that I would end up working outside the country. Plus even the job, Jesus, like I just received a call from the agency and they're like, oh Reggie, you applied for, no, we have your CV and we have an opening, would you be interested? I'm like, huh? How did you find my CV? I don't even know how they found my CV, but since I was looking for a job, I said, yeah, I would be interested. And I went for the briefing. I didn't even know, I knew it was an accounting job, but I didn't know where, which company. I didn't even think it was outside the country because I didn't even ask them.
So when she mentions the briefing, I actually didn't attend the briefing.
I
didn't know it. Jane
her.
called me and I lied to her. Oh my god, I'm very far. And then she's like, I think you work in Westlands. I'm like, yeah, I work in Westlands.
And the office is in Westlands. That's here.
Oh my god. I was trying every single way to get out of this, but I don't even know why. But
it was just meant for you. You
it
were
was
trying to run away, but it was
it was meant for me suddenly because there are so many things that worked together for me to end up here and not of my own influence and nothing like that. People came through and
pushed you for it.
That's interesting.
Even
I lied because she thought I was in Mombasa. So I told her, no, I'm actually in Nairobi, Westlands. It's just literally down the block. And then the lady who I'm talking about had me on the call. And she told me, we can just go check the place. And I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I don't want to go. And she said, let's just go. What's the worst that can happen?
We are
just
losing
go.
nothing.
We don't have to go for the interview. Okay, during our lunch hour, we just ran, went to the office. The place was not that nice. So it was an excuse for me to tell her, no, I don't think this
it's
is
legit. From their office. From their office.
The agency. Okay.
Yes, the place where it was located.
Gonna watch this.
We are being honest.
But for me, I found it quite. I didn't, and then I had these many stories about people who ended up in Saudi Arabia and Dubai. So I told her, did you see the place where we went through? Not the offices themselves, but the offices you go through. So after we saw the offices were not quite it, I told my friend, I don't think I'm going to apply for that thing. But she insisted that I should. I told her, okay, fine, but I don't even have an outfit. I was finding every possible reason to not attend the interview and probably not get the job. So that was my story. How about you?
I know my uncle had asked me for a CV sometimes back. I don't know, after I think 3 months back, just asked me, send me your CV. Even though my uncle called me one day, he asked me, would you like to work out? And I said, of course. Okay, send me your CV. Then I didn't ask, so I sent him my CV. Then things went quiet. So there is this one day I get a call. They're telling me this, you have been invited for an interview. This is the company. I'm like, I'm going on a flash. Which company is that? I never applied for this job. But then I said, okay, let me just go and see exactly what is this. So I attended the briefing. Then after the briefing, we were told the interview will be, I think we went on Friday, and then it was to be on Monday or on Tuesday. Something like that.
We went.
It was on Friday morning. It was on a Friday morning.
The briefing.
No, the interview was on Friday
the briefing
morning.
on Tuesday, and then the interview was then Friday morning.
The interview was on Friday.
No, it was actually on Thursday.
Was it?
I remember, because I was Because I remember
you had your exam.
Yeah,
When was it?
I can't
exams?
remember the day.
And
I
I
know
It was on Friday.
it was on Thursday because I remember I got the call the following day at work on a Friday afternoon.
Confirmation now the
Yeah,
results of
that
the
was
interview.
shortlisted.
Ah.
So I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, so yeah, I went for the briefing, the interview. Then
She didn't tell you that she had her exams on that day. She came at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock.
and
the interview was starting
oh
at
my
8.
god, oh, we got the job, and 5 years later, sisi ndio hawa. We are here 5 years later, 5 years, 1 week, and still counting. Okay, so we are going to share our experiences and just any advice to someone who will wish to come to Doha, like that. So we are going to start with the benefits, then we are going to go to negative, then we are going to summarize the entire. So I will go first. My first benefit is money, pesa. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm still. Yes. So that is what I can say. You have something?
I think we've all benefited from money.
Yeah. Yes, Kalas, you have something to add on? Has money impacted you?
Of course, I mean
Yes.
that's the reason I'm still here.
Joy?
No, money has not impacted me. I was rich. I'm still rich. Where's money? Serious? Get that thing.
Yes. Okay. Of course, we all agree it's money, right?
I think money, I wouldn't even say like money is a benefit. Money was the sole reason we came here.
Absolutely.
Money is the sole reason we're
We're
staying
still
here.
here.
Not the sole reason now, but the major
I like the
reason
major.
why
It's
most
on
of
top
us are
list,
here.
right?
Yeah, most of us are here for money.
Yes.
And putting up with some things
Because of compromising, actually. Oh my God. Okay, any other
Absolutely spot
benefits?
on.
Yes, any other benefits?
Okay, I was going to add on what you said.
Okay,
but
add.
it's fine.
It's-
No,
no,
it's
it's
fine.
okay.
Another benefit is definitely career growth for me. I don't know what you guys feel about that.
So
What?
how have you grown?
I mean, when I was leaving home, I barely had much experience. Like, I barely had experience actually. I had worked for a year, but still I hadn't like gained that experience that I needed. So coming here, like, you're thrown
The deep end, some
Man,
things, new
yeah,
things.
but yeah, that's one of the advantages that I would say. So career-wise, I've grown, and yeah, I'm continuing to grow with time.
For me, in terms of my career, I would say more of experience. It's more of experience compared to growth, because I've not changed much in the 5 years. I wouldn't say I've changed much in the 5 years in terms of career progression, but as an experienced professional in my field, I've definitely learned so much, because this was the first job that I did in my profession. This is what I studied in school. So I gained experience here, and it's been quite exponential compared to when I came. But in terms of a significant chart that I can draw, I came from this and all the way up. It ain't there. But we are working hard towards that.
Yes.
There.
Yeah, my benefit in terms of
Or maybe before you go
okay.
to another one, on also I will back up Joy on experience, not career growth, because I think all of us, this was our first profession job, what we studied.
yeah,
so
in terms of what we
Professional
studied.
formal job.
No, for me, professional not, but in terms of
So
what I
studied,
in school.
yes, what we studied, this was our first,
Yeah.
like
For
our
me, it
entry
wasn't my
level.
first.
It wasn't your first.
It wasn't my first,
You had
but
done what you studied in school back home.
yeah, but yeah, I did, but
okay.
it wasn't. I honestly can't say that I gained much experience from it.
Right.
Because once I got here, and then you realize, hey, bro, what have I been doing home?
Everything is new.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so experience-wise,
Yeah, experience. It's been great
yeah,
for sure.
it has been a milestone.
Yeah, and the actual, in terms of experience, as I was saying, as you guys have said, we were lucky enough to get a job at a well-established company. So the foundation was really great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Defin, go ahead with another benefit.
Another benefit that personal benefit was independence. Back in Kenya, I was a big baby, straight out of my mother's home, straight out of their pockets, being fed. But when I came to Doha, it was my money, my expenses,
Your house.
my life, my future. The reality hit hard then, but
I know.
like significantly, I am very different from the person I was then. I had a lot of growing up to do in terms of finances, emotionally, dealing with people, taking care of myself, and probably even taking care of my parents. Not a day in my life did my mom ask me for a dime, but now I can even give without her having to ask. I can plan my money. I know what to do. I know when I'm failing. So independence for me has been huge in terms of coming to Doha.
Independence was such a huge thing because, man, I had to grow up so fast. First of all, my mom took me to boarding school in class 5. And all the way from class 5 to form 4, man, what's the worst of all? In a girls' school, man. Like since class 5.
Single sex school. But that's much better.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I think we all had the same experience.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
to boarding school quite young. In high school, the same thing. But that wasn't where my independence was not, like I wouldn't say I was not independent because of that. Then I was young and it was kind of necessary for them to take care of me. But for some of us, the difference came in campus. People started working jobs, people started doing part-time. But for me, I was still living off my parents like 100%. I didn't have any job. I didn't do those gigs that people do in terms of marketing. I didn't do none of that. And even after school, after completing my campus, after I got my first job, I was living with a relative. So I wouldn't say I had any expenses or anything to budget my money on much. But coming here, everything was on me. Every single dime, every single expense. I got utility bills that I never had of before. Rent, I had to pay rent. Investments. Oh my goodness, I had to grow up real fast. Yeah, I was adulting real hard, real time.
Was it a struggle for you to try to be independent?
Not quite. It wasn't a struggle because, as we said, we got a job in quite a good company. So we had, I had the finances to help me through that, and there wasn't much of taking care of other people. It was more of taking care of me. So it wasn't like a responsibility and a burden. It was just different from what I was used to. And once you're in it, you really don't have much of an option, and it's not that hard to figure out that you have to pay rent every month, you have to pay your utility bills, you have to take care of your clothes, your mom is not there anymore. So I wouldn't say it was hard. The part that was hard for me was in terms of investments and capital gains with my money. That was the hardest. That was hard because this might sound really ignorant, but
but now
I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it.
Now 5 years later, have you grown in that? Have you?
I'm not where I was.
Have you taken now you are on the hook. You are on top of things, on the investment and capital gains.
On top of things is not a word I would pick, but I am way better, and I'm like working on getting there because now I've had much experience and I've had time to waste my money, spend my money, and now I think we're serious with our money. So yeah.
No wasting.
No, now we're not wasting money. There was days when I did waste money.
Girl, talk about adulting and paying for paying the bills, bro. Cause I don't know, cause we got the jobs when we were young.
For me, I
sure.
had already started.
Relatively young, let's say relatively young.
young.
Because probably to some people they'll be hearing this and they
Where was not young? Where? Past 25, it's not young. Where?
Okay, but
we were in our 20s, very early 20s, very early 20s.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Very early 20s.
So I don't know, but for me, like I had never paid rent, I had never paid utility bills or anything. As much as I'd started, hustling here and there while I was at school. I never paid those because I had my
So, contrary to Joy and Ray, for me, I had already started paying my bills. I was staying alone. So, this was just a continuation. It was just, yes, a continuation of what I started. So, it wasn't a struggle. So,
It wasn't tough for
it
you.
wasn't a struggle. So, the thing was just now to manage my finances more, because now it has increased. So at home it was only bills. What I was getting was ending up on bill. So here I can pay bills and have some extra. So how do I manage that? Yes,
That's
like
great. And something else is we were lucky because we all came together into the same company. So adapting wasn't quite hard.
Yes,
wasn't
yes,
quite tough.
yes.
As opposed to someone coming
Alone.
Like,
But we didn't make mistakes. Like the first place we stayed was really expensive. In hindsight,
were living the life.
in hindsight, if you think about the rent we were paying then,
Oh my God, we were paying rent.
that was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake.
Oh my God, because we came, we are like, we are going to house, we are like, we can't stay here. We cannot, like we were so
The
choosy.
thing, we still wanted to maintain our standards.
Our standards, we didn't know we
And
in
we didn't know
different
the value
country.
of the
We
money.
did not know the value of money.
So we didn't know the value of the
Yes.
money. Because for us it was that rent then sounded cheap for the kind of place we got.
Yes.
But after we stayed a couple of months and
I
started talking to
actually,
people, no,
yeah,
it was a couple of
we
months
realized,
in.
yeah,
We started talking to people, started looking around and
online,
realized,
like,
oh wait,
no.
we can get a cheaper place and we don't really have to live this kind of life.
Like,
we're
yeah,
living
it's short-lived.
way
Yeah.
But
Oh my God, it was a good life, but our money,
Wait.
we were only living, no saving.
Like, do you remember how, guys, you remember when we were searching for a house? Because we had people helping us
Yes.
getting here.
Yes.
And how they were surprised that we didn't, as in we weren't settling.
Every house we are like, we cannot,
we're not
we
taking
can
that.
But you
not.
guys, after you got the place, they all used to come over to our place
Every weekend.
I know.
Our house was a
Really?
party house,
Right.
because it was. Yeah,
That's why
it
we
was
saying we
here,
wasted money.
but the
sometimes
money.
we did.
After year we had to say
After a year we had to,
no,
'cause
we
now
can't.
and we had
Yeah.
to finish our lease. Our
Our
lease was
lease
for
for
a
1
year.
year.
We had to complete
Yeah,
the year for us to move.
if it was not for one year, we could have vacated earlier enough, I think.
You guys still remember when we
We
called
lied.
when we called the landlord and we what is it called?
We formulated a story
came up with
to
a
try to
sum.
convince him
So we
to let
came
us
back
go
out.
before 1 year. He was like, you guys.
So that
Even
is
he
good
didn't
advice.
listen.
That is good advice for
Yes.
anybody who wants to move.
Yes.
Like, start your research earlier, way early. Look around for property. Talk to people who are there, people who've lived there, and be ready to compromise. Bro,
ready.
you're not going to live like you want to, and you're not going to live like you're living now back in your
Yes,
places.
you really have
it could
to
be better off, or it could be somewhat worse off, but compromises have to be made.
Absolutely.
Compromises have to be made for this thing, yeah?
But the cost of living here is not cheap. It's
not.
It is
expensive.
expensive. If you are
Kwanza
not careful.
Kwanza rent was bro.
Yeah, rental is quite
It's really
quite
expensive, like really expensive. So
and especially if you're coming here to save up your money or you have big goals you want to, and they're all dependent mainly on your salary.
You do not have another income.
Do not blow money on rent. Do not blow, because there's a high possibility that you will get spaces and property that is expensive, but it's not really necessary. You can
Yes.
sacrifice and you can get places, you can bank with people, you can share.
Yeah.
Compromise.
It's not comfortable, but you
Some
have
things
to
have
do
to be
it.
Right.
we had an amazing first year.
Hey, first year, all our money, and the parties.
There weren't really parties.
Let's
come
not
on.
ban. Hey.
Oh, no, there are no parties.
There were no
Another
parties.
benefit then.
Another benefit is interacting with different cultures. Yes. You come here, you meet people from different countries. You get shocked. You're like, which country do you come from? You're like, where is that country? Like I remember I met some lady because I had seen Chinese back in the country because of the road construction. So the lady was coming from the Philippines. You know, they look alike.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you come from China?
Are you Chinese?
Are you Chinese? Like, no, I'm
China.
like, which country is that?
Because I've never,
Yeah.
I think I'd never seen a Filipino before until I came here.
Yeah, of
I
course.
never seen
I've
Yeah.
seen them only on the soap opera.
Yeah,
we
the
used
soap
to
opera,
watch-
of
And you know
course.
what's funny is that they don't even watch their own soap operas. They don't even know.
They
them.
don't-
Don't talk about
sorry.
Yeah, so
You know,
that's,
No,
yeah.
it's just because it was a big thing in our country.
Yes, yeah. So that is one of the things. Just try, learn, interact, get to know people. Where do they come from? What do they stand for? How do they end up here? What is life like in their back in their country? Yeah, and you get to know. Oh, we are not the only one who are looking for greener pastures.
And you get to know what people think about you, and also biases that you have against or towards other people. Because you come to talk to people and you realize, oh my god, I thought these kind of guys were this kind of way, but
Yeah.
it really isn't it.
That's not the
Yeah.
thing.
And,
Position.
Yeah, for me, in terms of cultural experience with people, has been more outside of work as opposed to the office, because the office is quite controlled, so you don't get really to see people live out their full experience in terms of their cultures, except a few things here and there, like food, how they talk. That you don't get to see much. But outside of work, where I've met with people in terms of activities, really gotten to talk to them about why they behave the way they do.
Yeah.
And when you're outside, you can ask questions
Without
more
any
openly.
restrictions.
Yeah, it's more open because
Without
you don't
fear,
have that fear of I'm going to offend this person because they're probably your friend
Yes,
or
their
they're in your
colleague or-
circle.
yeah.
As opposed to the office, it can
Yes,
be quite
it
touchy.
can be. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that was interesting. Like you also
Right.
learn how to deal with different kinds of people because you meet all types of people, man. And I mean, you can still experience that back at home, but here there's that different nationalism.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a huge pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know you are in someone's space. I think you are a visitor, so if you cannot compare it with home experience. So like your home, you're like, this is my country. So there is that ka feeling. So
You
here
also
it
get to
humbles
deal
you.
with biases
Yes.
from other people.
Yeah. So here it humbles yourself. You're like,
Exactly. Yeah, dealing with biases from other people and like you know what people think about people from our country.
yes, and you get shocked when you hear what they say.
Stereotyping.
Yes.
You're going to get to the disadvantages.
Yes. Another benefit, my spiritual life has really grown. Though I have been raised in a Christian family, but it was the kind of your family is going to church. We are all going, but here now it's personally. You really have to get personal initiative. Know that without God, you cannot survive. So just interacting with people who have different level of spirituality. They know God. They know how to pray. For me, I can pray for only 5 minutes. I'm like, that's too long. I lack words. But you meet people who can pray for 1 hour. Like, hey, so it challenges you. They give you Bible verses. People know Bible verses. Of head, you do not know anything. So it has challenged me to read the Bible and to seek God more, to be intimate with God. Yeah. So and I appreciate.
So, for me, spirituality, of course, there's been definitely growth. Because when you're here and you're all by yourself, like it's up to you. As in, no one, for example, in your home, like we used to go to church with our families. Now here, you have to make the decision yourself. You're responsible for whatever you want to do. You have to, as in, it's a call for you to make whether you want to go to church or not. So, and doesn't mean that, not to mean that the people who don't go to church are not spiritual. That's what I'm saying. But there definitely has been growth there, and I'm really grateful for that, from the experience of me being here, because I think being here, I've gotten you know, being by yourself, learning about, as in getting to, what is it called? I mean, my level of self-awareness has grown, and with it, my spirituality has also grown. Because I think when I was home, I don't know whether it's because of age or what, but I think, like I was saying the last time we met, guys, before I used to worry myself so much of things that are out of my control, and I don't have control over them at all. Now I'm very comfortable with going with the flow. Not really going with the flow, but letting things happen, or knowing that things are gonna happen however God wants them to happen. No matter how much I wanna try to avoid them or control them or whatever. In short, God is in control of everything.
So you try to control what you can control. The rest.
Whatever I can control, yes. And whatever that I can't, I just let it happen. However, like, I'm not gonna try to force things, you know. Yeah, just go with the flow. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the black is true, black is
Another benefit that I feel, I think maybe it will be in respect to money, about risk taking. I think now your level of risk taking has increased. You're not scared of taking
For
risks.
you.
I'm not scared of taking risks because I think.
Why? Because do you feel because you
Because
sort of have some financial stability?
Kinda, yes. Because I'm not scared. Maybe I'll take risks, then I'll be left hanging. Have no where to go.
Don't
I
have like a backup.
Yes, I think and that's can be respect to financial growth.
Yeah.
You
In
something on
terms
that?
of that, definitely there's been, I think it's, money, there's been some financial stability, and a lot of self-awareness. That's even besides the money, but I'll just put it in there. Self-awareness, yes, because I feel like when you're being here, I have had to spend a lot of time alone, so I've had to, and in those times, like, what do you do other than, like, get to learn more about yourself? I think so.
Meditation and stuff.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of self-growth as well.
Definitely, that one has something.
On self-awareness.
And self-growth.
I don't think I would. For me, in terms of risk, I wouldn't say I've become more of a risk taker, but I have gotten to know what kind of a risk taker I am, which is very averse. I'm very averse to taking risks. As I said before, I had not really engaged much with money. I had not interacted much with money, zero relationship with Mola. So coming here, even with the money, I knew what I was willing to do and what I wasn't willing to do, why I was willing to do. And so that is more of learning of my risk appetite, which is very averse. And in terms of goals, I've taken very safe bets. I've taken very safe bets that I can cushion myself with. So I wouldn't even call them risks. It's just things that I needed to do. Risk for me is something that I plan on doing next, because it's definitely going to be beyond, completely stretched to the limit. It's necessary, but it's a risk. So I haven't taken any risk. Self-growth, self-awareness, 100%. I don't know how much of it has to do with being in Doha, how much has to do with age, how much has to do with environment. But definitely as part of my journey, I have grown, knowing myself as a person. I was pretty aware of myself very young because I'm quite introverted. So what I would say in that is I began to know the reasons why I am the way I am. I was very aware of who I am. I am a quiet person, I'm a shy person, and this kind of a person. But when I got here, I started to realize why I am what I think I am. I changed things that I thought I was, because I realized it's just maybe where I was in life, or maybe certain things. So that is how I have changed in my self-awareness journey. I now know the reasons for things that I do. I have been able to change certain aspects of myself, or come to the real self, because then I was doing things for the sake of doing things. Now I can do things with a certain purpose and a certain certainty, but I know why I do things the way I do. I'm still on a journey of getting to know myself.
I think it's a never-ending
journey. I'm
Yes,
still on a journey. I wouldn't even say I am there, because it has not been deliberate. It's more of things that you stumble on. Maybe something happens and you realize, oh, I need to work on this part. Oh, I need to work on this part. But intentionally go out of my way to unlearn things, learn new things. It's not something I have quite concentrated on much, but somehow circumstances in life have led me to finding certain aspects of myself.
Nice. Yeah, let's
Sounds
talk
like
about
therapy.
You're like, yeah, do you feel it's like,
personal.
it's like, what is so emotional? You're like,
No, I'm not a very I don't like sharing personal stories. It's really uncomfortable
to me to share. We
It's
understand.
really uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and also things that I hold dear to me, that I feel it's not a universal truth, or it's something that I want for myself as my own truth. And I it's quite uncomfortable.
Alright. Yeah, I think another benefit about friendship, and I think this friendship part, it will be on two sides, gaining and losing. So we're going to take on the gaining, then we'll talk on the negative side. We're going to talk about friendship in the other aspect. Yeah. So here I've gained friends from different cultures. They have taught me a lot. They have enlightened me. They have opened up my mind, and yeah, it's a plus to me.
I share the same sentiments. So, made new friends, not really much. No, but I've made a couple of friends from different nationalities, but and also from my own country. But I think that was because I always thought I was a people's person. I sort of think that too until now, but still, I kind of find it hard to make new friends. Like, how do I make new friends? Like, how do I just walk? As in, how do I walk up to a person and start a conversation? But it's something I want to learn, because I mean, people have so much to offer, and I want to be part of that. Yeah,
To
so
be a beneficiary.
so I made a couple. Yes, but I still want to make more, and I'll push myself like out of that shell to go out, and because I've been trying that, and it felt really nice. Like someday at work I just walked up to someone and
To who? Someone.
at work
Somewhere.
Yeah, someone, not Samuel.
someone
Someone.
and I
Okay.
introduced myself, and we started chatting, and it was a really, I mean, we got to know each other, and I made a friend. Just sort of, random.
So you're wondering how to start. You already
No, it's just
started.
because it's very, like, it's uncomfortable. I feel like and it takes a lot of effort. Not to say that I don't wanna, put effort in that, but I have to sit and think, oh my God, okay, and plan how I'm gonna approach this person, but I want it to be natural. There are people who just walk up to you. You know how you feel? How do you feel? Because for me, I feel nice when someone comes to me to introduce themselves, and they kind of
Yeah, it's a nice. You feel like I think you're noticed, or somebody.
I don't know. I
They're vibing with you or
it
kinda.
does not make me feel.
For me, I feel what's the word I'm looking for? I lost the word, but I feel some type of way. Not good or not good, but I feel okay. There's something that escaped me.
Oh man,
Have you made
friendships.
friends?
I don't know. I have not. I wouldn't say I have made friends. I have kind of found friends. Because the friends I have, either from work, we came together. From church, we found ourselves together. I haven't gone out of my way, as she has said, and made new friends, like organically made new friends for myself. We kind of found ourselves in the same circumstances, and it grew from there. So from those relationships, I have learned mostly value of friendship. And I have learned differentiations, friendships, acquaintances, colleagues, somebody I know, somebody I met, somebody I've heard of. Because before, everybody was my friend, and I would take so much offense if they did not invite me to their things, they did not tell me about their
Too
success.
personal.
And then they're like, I didn't even think you needed to know that about me. So I used to think everybody was my friend. But I've learned that they are colleagues, acquaintances, people you know, people you meet and say hi to on the road. And also friends that I have made, they're mostly the ones who've changed my life a lot. So value of friendship has been quite magnified here in Doha, like specifically here in Doha. Because back at home I had friends whom I can call friends.
Yeah.
But I can't quite speak much to what we did for each other, except being friends, talking about it, which is benefit and which is value. But the friends I have made here have completely turned my life around in very many aspects. I have been fortunate that I have not met those bad friends. So I don't have stories. No, I don't have stories to tell, like my friends led me to these bad habits. No, I don't have those kinds of stories, but I have a lot of positive experiences, deep experiences with friends, some very hard life experiences with friends. So I haven't quite made friends organically. I have found friends and I have maintained friends, and I have benefited so much. And that is one of the biggest benefits of being in Doha for me. The friends that I have made friends for life. And those whom I won't have for the rest of my life, I have lessons that I will take forever. Things that I'm completely me now as a result of my interactions with them. So that's huge.
Let me ask, are we friends? Who are we? The three of us.
You're just
Be honest.
here on YouTube, babe.
Oh my god!
No, these are my friends. These are people I call friends because the reason why I say that, this is somebody I would call, this is somebody I would call, this is someone who would definitely call me. The person I would share stories with, somebody I would be genuinely offended if I didn't know about their big experiences.
Really?
Of course. Like I feel like I am a part of their lives in a very big way. So definitely these are my friends on top of people we work with, people we go to church with, people we hang out with. No, these are friends. Chapters of my life. Definitely, if I write a book of my life, they will.
We will be there in some chapter.
Prominently feature in it. So they are my friends.
Regina, who are we?
Friends.
Which type of friends? Maybe do you have types of friends? Do you have
Of
types?
course, I do. Definitely, I have different categories of friends.
I would like to know, you said a very good point about you have known how to differentiate who are friends, acquaintances, people you have met, people you have had. I don't know. Can you help us understand those categories? How have you done that?
How I did?
Yes, and
How
how do you sort them out? To put you are here, you are here, you are here. It will help someone.
It's very easy for me to sort out my friends, quote unquote friends, because it's very natural to me. It's very natural to me because these are people who I will just be myself around, run into. I will be 100% in their business. They'll be 100% in my business. Call me out. I can call them out. We can share. I know about their journeys in life. Those are my friends. Acquaintances, this is somebody whom I just say hi to occasionally. I meet you on the hallways, I will stand and talk to you for 5 minutes, but it's just, hi, how have you been? How is this and this and this? I probably know a few things about you that everybody knows. You got married because you announced it in the WhatsApp group that we are in. So those are acquaintances. Colleagues, these are people you just talk about office things. Have you finished this? Have you done this? How is this? Those are colleagues. For me, it's quite clear, but I had to learn about it hard. Yeah, that was the hard experience that I had. Before, everybody was my friend. No, I have had both experiences. Very positive experience with a friend and a very hard experience with somebody I thought was a friend. So now the lines are quite fine. They're quite fine for me. But I do struggle with it sometimes because how I define you may not be how you define me.
Yeah, exactly.
I would probably consider you a friend.
And I'm like, you're not
like,
my friend.
You're my acquaintance. But it's very easy to sort that out. 1 or 2 interactions where I'm trying to treat you as a friend and I realize you're treating me as an acquaintance. And do it again, bro, I'm going to be like, yeah, Beth, acquaintance, you dude, why are you not my friend? And then if she's not willing, I'm not willing, let's keep it as, hi, how is the weather? So it's personal to everybody, but yeah.
I'm asking you just so many questions.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Is there an incident or an instance or some circumstance where one person was a friend that something happened, you had to downgrade them, you had to sit and start categorizing them accordingly? Change them, maybe was from a different category, you had like huyu anafaa kurudi, acha nirudi drawing board, anakuwa kwa hii sio mahali mmemweka.